Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Usep Syaripudin. I'm here with my student Natasha, Herda, and Dian Fitaloka. We are from Department of English Teacher Education, Universitas Wadaya Gunung Jati in Cirebon, West Java. We are going to share our inquiry into the teaching practice experience with the focus on identifying what pre-service teachers need to know and be able to do about teaching online. School teaching practice is the most significant stage in the process of learning to become teachers because it provides prospective teachers with a certain opportunity to apply all the theoretical knowledge that they learn in the college to the actual realities in the school environment. Literature has repeatedly acknowledged that to make the teaching practice experience more meaningful, prospective teachers should be facilitated to conduct an inquiry about any aspect of the teaching practice. Practitioner inquiry is a form of professional learning where teachers conduct a systematic, intentional inquiry into their own practice with the purpose to make sense of any aspect of their practice and improve the quality of their practice in the future. As teacher educator, I facilitated my student Natasha and Dian to conduct an inquiry into their experience in school teaching practice with the focus on identifying the skills and knowledge that pre-service teachers need to know about online teaching. The pandemic of COVID-19 has affected all aspects of our life, including education. A breadth of migration to online teaching has created a stressful situation for teachers, students, and parents. Therefore, due to the pandemic, throughout the teaching practice at school, my students conducted teaching using online platform of WhatsApp. So their focus of inquiry will be on how to use WhatsApp and what knowledge and skill pre-service teachers need to know in using this online platform for teaching. Natasha and Dian will introduce briefly about her inquiry. Natasha will go first and then Dian.
Thank you, my lecturer, Dr. Syaripudin. Alright, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. As Dr. Syaripudin explained earlier that throughout the teaching practice that we had at the school, we did all the teaching and learning activities using online platform. In our case, we use mostly WhatsApp. As you may have already knew that the pandemic of COVID-19 has affected all aspects of our lives, including school. The pandemic has forced us to move to online learning abruptly. I believe that nobody is ready for this. As a future teacher, there is advantage and disadvantage of doing school teaching practice in the time of pandemic. The disadvantage is that we could not have real classroom experience through face-to-face. However, as my lecturer has explained earlier that as a future teacher, we need to have the ability to face the sudden change happen in the classroom due to many reasons. While this teaching online has given us numerous challenges, we also learn so many things. In this inquiry, we would like to document our learning experience to become teacher, especially in the time of online teaching and learning. Our inquiry was motivated to share with my fellow pre-service teachers about what we need to know and be able to do about teaching English using online platform. Our objective in conducting this inquiry is to reflect on the teaching practice at school to make sense of the knowledge and skills that pre-service teachers need to know about teaching English using online platform, especially in the emergency remote teaching era due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The context of our inquiry was the 8-week school teaching practice at junior high schools in our hometown of Cirebon. Throughout the program, we were assigned to teach students at grades 7 and 9 using the online platform of WhatsApp. To help us identify what we were looking for in our inquiry throughout the teaching practice, we wrote weekly journaling about what we have experienced in our teaching session. We noted how the teaching went well, in what ways it didn't go well, and everything. Then, make sense of and analyze what we have experienced in the teaching activities that we recorded in the journal. Our lecturer invited us to weekly Google Meet conversation. Here, we collaboratively analyze the data using Brown and Clark 2006 thematic analysis to identify what pre-service teachers need to know and be able to do about teaching English using online platform, based on our teaching experience. Throughout the inquiry, my lecturer played the role of a critical friend who is trusted person that asks provocative questions, provide data to be examined through another lens, and offer critique to our teaching and inquiry work as a friend. So, what did we learn from teaching experience practice about the skills that pre-service teachers need to have and the knowledge that pre-service teachers need to know? First, being present and maintaining communication. From the teaching practice using online platform, we learned that being present for our students is a true gift we can offer, and these experiences with students are one of the reasons why we love teaching. We learned that being present is more than just our students can listen to our voice and read our message. It is more beyond that. A. Ready to answer all the students' questions about the class, and B. Provide all the resources they need before, during, and after the class. For the next findings, my friend Dian Fitaloka will share them with you. Please go ahead, Dian.
Thank you, Natasha. Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here in this wonderful forum surrounded by smart and experts in the field of English teaching and learning. So, continuing Natasha's explanation about what we learned from our teaching practice experience about identify what pre-service teacher need to know and be able to do about teaching English using online platform. The next important thing that pre-service teacher need to know and be able to do is constructing quality feedback. We learned that constructing and providing meaningful feedback was not an easy task in online learning, especially using WhatsApp. It is in fact also difficult in a real offline setting. From our experience, we learned that in providing feedback, we must be as clear as possible in our feedback to students and use precise details to ensure our feedback shows through. We need to make sure that the feedback focuses on specific aspect of students' performance. Another thing that we learned that it is important to provide a mix of positive and critical comments. But be careful. At this moment, people are vulnerable and full of anxiety, so are our students. Providing positive feedback first would help to strengthen the performance and then highlight the negative points that need to be improved. We also learned that the sooner the better. We need to immediately provide feedback as the event or action or performance happens. Do not wait until it's over. Next, leading interactive online discussion is another critical thing we learned from teaching practice using online platform. We found that this is the most important thing yet the most difficult thing to do. Using WhatsApp for teaching and discussion with students created more frustration than enjoyment, especially when it comes to guiding discussion. Here are some of the things we learned from our teaching. First, it is important to set the rules and regulations. Second, remind students all the time about their rules and regulations. Third, asking questions to the group and call students' name to invite them to engage in the discussion. Fourth, provide good grade incentives. And the last one is always lead by example. Next, we also learned that knowing students' well-being is important for teachers, especially in the time of crisis like today in COVID-19 era. COVID-19 and abrupt migration to online learning have created so much frustration for students, teachers, and also parents. Therefore, we learned that knowing our students' well-being is important in this two situations. Through the online delivery of the curriculum, social contact with students is reduced, and it becomes more difficult to know when a student requires support. You have to always seek information about the difficulties in learning and assessing the learning session. And we try to always overhelp. And then we found that just saying, "How are you?" means a lot. That were all the things we learned about what pre-service teachers need to know and be able to do about teaching English using online platform. I'm going back to my lecture for closing and conclusion.
Implied from our inquiry is that preparing future teachers for the changing world is critical. Therefore, teacher education program must equip pre-service teachers with the skills and knowledge in making judgment and evaluation on their teaching environment to make them be able to create instructional activities that are suitable to whatever situation they are dealing with. And provide more technology and digital literacy program is also critical to equip pre-service teachers with the skills and knowledge needed to integrate technology into their teaching. That was our presentation. Any questions, insight, concern, critique, or comments are always welcome. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.